Before I begin my day, I like to do a bit of exercise. It helps me wake up my body and shake the sleep off my brain. And greeting the big blue sky and the great green earth, well, that makes my heart want to sing a happy tune. When I was a little girl, hearing stories about Five Rose Lane, just like you might be right now, I always liked it best when my grandmother would sing me their songs and teach me the kinds of games they played. She said that every morning, after everyone had had a big hearty breakfast, they would all gather in the hollow of the Wildwood, make a big circle, and sing and dance before they began their day. They all held hands and made one big round circle. A neighbor to your right, a la derecha. A neighbor to your left, a la izquierda, equals un círculo gigante when the whole neighborhood comes together. How many people are in your circle today? If it's just you, then maybe you can invite some of the characters from your favorite story to join in the fun. Let us form a ring, dancing as we sing. Ring-a-ring-a-ray-a, ring-a-ring-a-ray-a. Now I turn myself around, watch the birds fly up and down. Kickery, kickery, kee. Kickery, kickery, kee. Buenos días al mundo. Buenos días al sol. Buenos días a las piedras. Buenos días a los flores. Buenos días a los animales. Buenos días al árbol. Buenos días a ti. Buenos días a mí. The earth is firm beneath my feet, and here upright I stand. The skies arch wide up overhead. My friends are here upon the land. Brave and true I will be. Each good deed sets me free. Each kind word makes me strong. I will fight for the right and conquer the wrong. I ride on my horse with my sword in my hand. I ride through the wooded and mountainous land. I battle with dragons, with giants I fight, defending the weak, upholding the right. My sword is of steel, my helmet of gold. I dare all adventure, my heart is so bold. My armor, it shines so bright like the light, for I am a gallant and glorious knight. We look up to the stars, sink down to the earth. We welcome the glow of a new day's birth. We look back to our past and gaze far ahead. In love do we learn, with hands, heart, and head. Over in the wildwood near the mighty oak tree lived a dear mother robin and her little robins three. Fly, says the mother, We fly, say the three. So they fly and they fly round the old oak tree. Over in the wildwood near the reeds by the shore lived a dear mother otter and her little otters four. Dive, says the mother, we dive, say the four, and they dive in the reeds by the shore. This is the way we go for a hike, go for a hike, go for a hike. This is the way we go for a hike, all on a red day morning. This is the way we tame the beast, tame the beast, tame the beast. This is the way we tame the beast, all on a Tuesday morning. This is the way we ride our horse, ride our horse, ride our horse. This is the way we ride our horse, todo el martes por la mañana. Today is Red Day, or Tuesday, as the grown-ups call it. Then tomorrow is Yellow Day. And yesterday was Purple Day. The Wildwood Waltz always takes place in the month of June, because that's when we have the strawberry moon. The season is spring, but soon it will change. Hello, sweet summer, you bring joy to our grange. Mother of the fairy tale, take me by your silver hand, sail me on your shining boat, take me to one lazy June, a long, long time ago, right when the world was caught on the verge between spring and summer, there was a curious thing that happened in the kingdom of gloaming. Mysterious fires emerged all across the land, and many brave knights were sent out to extinguish them and to investigate their cause. It was soon discovered that a dragon had taken up residence in one of the caves high up in the mountains in the region of Laxalibrids. There was only one knight in the whole kingdom of gloaming who had the skills to slay a dragon, and he just happened to live right on the edge of Five Rose Lane in the village of Satya Soleil. Elvenderr had seen many battles, and he chose to settle in the village of Satya Soleil so that he wouldn't have to see any more of them. He wanted to live out his days in peace and relative boredom. He did not want to be bothered with the troubles of gloaming, nor did he want to slay a dragon. His neighbors begged and beseeched until finally, reluctantly, he agreed. He was reasonable after all. He would undertake the mission. He would slay the dragon and then return home. Nothing would change, he thought. Things would return to normal soon enough. So the stoic and handsome Elvenderr set off with his steed and sword onward to the mountains. When he arrived, he encountered the most beautiful sight he had ever seen. A shimmering, gleaming, white gold dragon sleeping atop her nest of precious glittering eggs. Elvenderr did not want to slay this creature, but he remembered the promise he made to his king. He must retrieve the heart of this meddlesome winged beast so that the raging fires would cease. Elvenderr set up his camp in one of the nearby caves so that he could keep his eye on the dragon. Late into the night, he strategized until he fell into a deep sleep. In the morning, He awoke to the sound of soft stringed music and a woman singing an enchanting tune. Startled, he leapt from the cave to survey the scene. The mountains of Luxolibrids were infamously uninhabitable. How did this woman get here? He questioned. And then he noticed the dragon's nest was gone. Elvenderr stormed into the cave. "What have you done with the eggs?" he shouted. "I do not know of the eggs of which you speak, kind sir," replied the woman. "I saw them with my own eyes. There was a dragon, and she was laying on a nest full of eggs. I have never seen a dragon in these parts. Do you live here?" "Yes." "How?" "I know the land. It is my teacher, my mother. She shows me how to survive." He didn't believe the land could show anyone how to do anything. "Why have you come?" wondered the woman. "To slay the dragon that threatens to destroy my peaceful home," barked Elvenderr. "What's your name anyway?" "Lolive," she said. "Well, Lolive, until I find the heart of the dragon, this is my cave, and I'd like for you to go." "Very well." And with that, Lolive got up and went away, as if she disappeared into thin air. Elvenderr thought he must be dreaming, but he got on about his day, searching over every crag and crevice for the dragon he had been sent to kill. Suddenly, something caught his eye. Something sparkling on the crest of the mountain. There she was, the dragon. He readied his bow and steadied his aim and shot his arrow straight and true into the right leg of the mighty creature. She stumbled and clutched the mountain with all her might. Elvenderr released more of his arrows into her magnificent wings, and she caught her breath just long enough to summon a puff of fire. He dodged the attack, but when he looked around, the dragon was gone. He trudged back to his cave and angrily cooked his dinner. Night fell, and again he slept, only this time when he woke, his cave was full of hungry, greedy eyes. As they stepped from the shadows, he saw their teeth flash in the moonlight. At least 20 mountain wolves surrounded him. Or was it 30 or 40? He couldn't tell. But he knew he was done for. He screamed and they pounced. Just then, a bright light lit up the whole cave, and the pack of mountain wolves fled for their lives. The dragon appeared and approached Elvenderr, standing over his trembling, helpless body as he begged for his life. She bent her great head down to examine his wounds, and then she reared up. And just when Elvenderr thought that she was going to extinguish his life with the roaring fire inside of her belly, she let out a breath of rainbow mist that filled the cave and sent Elvenderr into another deep, dark sleep. When he stirred for a cup of water, he saw Lolive limping down by the mountain stream. Only this time, she wasn't wearing her cape, so he could see her face. Right away, he noticed her exquisite beauty, which made him more inclined to help her. He made his presence known, which caused Lolive to jump. "I was quite rude to you yesterday, my lady. Please forgive my hostility." "It is forgiven," she said. "How did you hurt yourself?" he wondered. "It will heal soon enough," she answered. "I saw the dragon again," Elvenderr said. He was desperate to make conversation with this beautiful woman, you see. Oh? She saved my life. I was almost eaten by a pack of mountain wolves. Then perhaps you should reconsider your mission, Elvenderr. No, I must be true to my word. I must stay on my path. If that is your true desire, then I shall not try to change your mind. A twig snapped nearby, and Elvenderr turned to see. When he returned to speak with Lolive, she was gone. Once again, he rubbed his eyes and went straight away on his hunt for the dragon. Today was the day, he decided. Today, he would not fail. Elvenderr walked until he came to a towering waterfall. He stopped to take in the sight, and there he saw her, the dragon, licking her wounds behind the wall of water. He crept and crouched and crawled until he was in the perfect position to strike the distracted lizard. He drew his sword, and the dragon heard the metal sliding from its sheath. She turned to look at Elvenderr, and for a long moment they stared deeply into each other's eyes, daring the other one to make the first move. He raised his sword, and to his surprise, the dragon lay perfectly still, as if she would allow him to pierce her heart, if that's what he really wanted. Elvenderr was frozen. As he stood there with his sword lifted, ready to strike, he imagined what Lolive might think if he did slay this dragon. He decided it would not impress her too much, and he so desired to impress her. He climbed down from his perch and placed his sword at the dragon's feet. I will spare your life if you swear to stop scorching our lands. Surely you must know the harm you cause. Leave this place, leave and never return, or I will be forced to end you. Elvenderr turned to exit the cave, and a wild transformation began to occur right before his very eyes. The shimmering, gleaming, white gold dragon shifted, and where she once stood, Lolive took her place. You are the dragon? Elvenderr was in shock. I am, and you are a gallant knight, Lolive replied. You have made a bold choice, Elvenderr. You have listened to the truth of your heart. You have diverged from a path that did not suit you in favor of chivalry, in favor of love. Your nobility will be handsomely rewarded. Lolive removed the glowing pendant hanging around her neck and placed it in Elvenderr's hands. Here it is, the heart of the last remaining dragon. You have preserved my kind by allowing me to live, and now my hatchlings might also survive. You have my word that I will never burn your land again. If ever I do not keep my promise, you may destroy this pendant, and all of my kin will vanish from your world. I take it back, what I said, exclaimed Elvenderr. I do not want you to leave. I want you to stay, to live in my village and be my wife. You have taught me to place the needs of others before my own desire for glory. I owe you my devotion. I owe you my protection. Lolive could see that his heart was pure, so she agreed to his proposal. When her hatchlings were ready to fly the nest a year later, she descended the mountains of Lonxalibrids to be reunited with her one true love, Elvenderr, just in time for the Wildwood Waltz. That's one of my favorite Five Rose Lane tales. Love always wins. I hope you never forget that. We'll spend the next segment working on some outdoor skills. The same kinds of skills that Elvenderr and Lolive would have needed to survive their journeys to and from the mountains of Lonxalibrids. When you're ready, come find me in the treetop meadow. I hope to see you there.